So welcome everybody for the open Zoom meeting this week. Nice to see you. I see many familiar faces. Rosa, Hadar, Chris, nice to see you tonight. We had a nice chat yesterday, beautiful.
Hey,
was
Chris.
very nice.
Created. Thanks for
Hi, Rose.
sharing.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Michael, Rosa, Tony, Patricia, Don. Let me see your face, my man. I missed you last week. So yeah, this is it. Sitting in a Zoom meeting, talking, listening. So that's just simply whatever is happening. Watching at the screen, having expectations or not, thinking there's something to get here, thinking there's nothing to get, or just pure curiosity. What is the so-called Sander going to say? Probably is going to say it's just this. Well, all that is just this already. Just what's happening. And there's no separated doer of whatever is happening or not. There's no one in the body, pulling the muscles, pulling the vocal cords, or moving the eyes, or moving the ears. There's just simply whatever's happening, listening, liking, not liking, feeling guilty, not feeling guilty, feeling contracted in some areas of the body. And whatever is happening or not happening is already not done by anyone as a separated being somewhere hidden in this. I mean, there's basically no in this or out this. There's just the directness of whatever is happening. Yeah, that's it. And
Boom.
boom, Rosa. Yeah, there was a question about guilt, Can guilt happen? When there is no me. Well, yeah, guilt, liking things, not liking things, feeling guilty, not feeling guilty sometimes, trying to not feel guilty. It all just simply tumbles down like rain. There's no one behind the guilt doing it. There's no one behind the likes, no one behind the preferences, no one behind the dislikes. Liking this so-called message or not is just innocently happening. There's no separated anyone or no one doing the liking or the not liking. It's like, sitting in your car and suddenly there's music and you start grooving, innocently. You like the tune. So there's just basically just whatever is happening. We can call it life or whatever you want to call it. Awareness or God, or, it doesn't matter. There's just this. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't change anything. Calling this life or calling this is this already. Calling this God or calling this the devil or calling this heaven or hell. It's still just this. So this is it. Anyone wanting to share something tonight? Like, well, yeah, I know it's just this, but I don't believe it, or I don't agree, or I don't see it, or it's becoming very boring. Just click on unmute and start talking, so to say. Amor. Not in the truck. Well, that's great. So there's no one disagreeing. That's funny. I hear some laughter there, Patricia, probably laughing there.
Yeah.
What is there to disagree with?
Sorry, Chris, come again.
What is there to disagree with?
What is there to?
To disagree with?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing, there's no one separate to disagree with this, and at the same time, you know, disagreeing with that there is no separated doer is already not separate. I mean, disagreeing or not, it's not about disagreeing or agreeing, so to say. Anything may happen. Saying, well, I don't agree with these words, or I agree with these words, is already just simply this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing or agreeing. It doesn't change anything. It's still just this. You know, disagreeing or agreeing, it's just what's happening.
I think maybe there is aspects that don't want to agree with it, but
Aspect.
pretty
Okay.
obvious that it is.
So explain a bit more. Aspects who don't agree with this, or
yeah, I think there's always, it always seems like there's something here that it wants it to be something else, wants it to be something different. There's always seems to be a little bit of a discontentment
beautiful.
with what it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of allowed to be here, and
Full
I don't
on
know
discontentment, full on.
I don't know where it's
Full on.
coming.
Of course
It's
not. How can you know this? There is already no one who can know anything, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
even that is just another knowing that no one can know anything.
Well,
Yeah.
just popping out here innocently, so.
Yes, it's funny,
Blah,
you know.
blah.
Well, it's great, you know, it's just what's popping up, and you know, feeling, well, I'm not completely, you know, this is, it has to be something else, there has to be something more, you know, it cannot be just this, you know, it cannot be just this. Is this it? It don't feel like that. Well, that's it already, you know, feeling. So this not being content with whatever is happening is already just innocently this.
Yeah.
There's no undoing that sense of this is not it, you know. This cannot be it. There has to be something else. That itself is already just simply happening, you know, discontentment or contentment, or, you know, and this may swiftly change, you know, maybe in 10 seconds, 5 minutes, then there's totally contentment or the opposite.
Like here's this in loveness with the directness of what is, and then what is this idea, feeling, or whatsoever. This is not it. It must be something else. And in this directness, there is only this left, alone, all one, inescapable. Just this idea, no matter what, this feeling. Very simple, very direct.
Yes. And beautiful, Rosa, thank you. Don, nice to see you. Finally, I was hoping you put on the camera. I was talking with Michael a bit about knowing, you know, because some seem to claim, well, I don't know anything, which is a pretty bold statement, because there's just another knowing. Claiming that you don't know anything or that there's no knowing is basically just another knowing that you don't know. So, I mean, when I take $30 from you and I give you 25 back, you definitely know what 30 is or 25. So trying to, you know, trying to be smart and say, well, I don't know anything, it will not work, you know. That is just, so using so-called non-dual phrases to feel good, or, you know, to whatever, is already just simply this. So saying, well, I don't know anything is just it will not work. It will definitely not work. You know, saying I don't know what is. Of course, there's knowing. There's knowing how to go in a Zoom meeting and talk. You know, how to go to work, how to go to the toilet. You know, how to earn money or not, how to speak, how to silence. There's just simply no separated you doing the knowing or owning the knowing, so to say.
And no separated you saying that I don't know anything.
Well, you know, saying that you don't know anything or that there's no separation is already just this. It doesn't mean anything, right?
Exactly.
It doesn't change whatever is happening, you know, being very sick and, you know, or having Garrett, my friend, I take your so-called story there, you know, with a stroke and, you know, trying to manage situations. This so-called managing life innocently, you know, there's a body there managing life. Um, does it help when there's an idea that that is not really happening? I mean, does it make the managing better? Does your memory works better when you say this is all an illusion? It's all a dream. I'm not here. Does it change anything?
No, no.
No, exactly. So it doesn't matter if it's an illusion or not, if it's real or not. So when I come with this hammer idea, you know, hitting the finger with the hammer, you know, it doesn't matter at that moment if it's real or not. There's just simply pain, you know, in the middle of the night trying to find your way to the toilet and hitting your little toe. You're just going to scream. You're not going to hide. It's not really happening. There's no me. I mean, it's just.
Well, maybe if you are full on in this praxis, like in this mantra, it's not really happening. This is an illusion. Maybe that this could happen automatically, and this may stop.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's it's already just whatever is happening. Pain, you know, and thinking or feeling it's my pain is equally just this. Thinking the pain is mine, the sorrow is mine, the guilt is mine, and I have to get away from it. I have to solve it is already just what's happening, as is the idea that it's my pain, my sorrow, I'm guilty. There's just simply no separated you doing whatever is happening. Even the idea that there's a you doing this is already not done by a separate, just what's coming up, or what is believed, or what is thought to believed, or what's happening.
Hello.
Hadar!
Hello. I was just wandering around.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Um, because there is speakers that speaks a lot about the me energy and the knower, and in other hand that there is no knower. So somebody can say there is no knower here. So, but how can I know that there is no knower?
Oh, you
Uh,
can't. No.
so, yeah. And then you can, you cannot say I'm not here. Like you said, it's me-less, you-less. But for some characters, it can be very full.
Oh,
Being
totally.
me, yeah, being me and being somebody.
Yes.
So I can imagine for the character that feel they are here, it can be very frustrating to to understand what it means not to be, you know, in a way it's a you-less or me-less. It doesn't mean that there's nobody. I mean, with words, it's very hard to explain that. But I can understand the seeking to understand how come it's you-less, because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and at the same time, seeking is just seeking. Like not seeking is not seeking, like 1 is 1 and 2 is 2. I mean, it's just what's happening, so to say. So as far as it seems, or as one knows, it's going on. And, you know, it's the same with, you know, feeling like a person. You know, there's no one doing that as a separate, there's just feeling like a person, or feeling not like a person, or feeling vulnerable, or feeling hurt, or whatever. That's what's happening. And there may be even a so-called claiming, I feel like a person. That claiming is not separated from the feeling of being a person.
So
So, sorry, Hadar, go ahead.
no, I'm just wondering, still wondering, for a character that feels that is here. I mean, if there is somebody trying to understand it in a way, it's very hard, because there is gonna be seeking to understand how it's a you-less, because it doesn't make sense. And
Oh,
this
yeah,
is like the dog, you know, chasing the tail, because you will never find, there's nobody there.
no.
Yeah, it's useless.
Yeah, and in a way, at the same time, it can be very useful also. You know, going to
In what way?
meetings. Well, going to meetings, you know, going to this meeting, or going to Tim or Jim or whoever, you know, can be innocently found it very useful.
Or curiosity also.
And some people may, some so-called characters may be even using it, you know.
As a comfort, as like a help, or as a, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can be found it very helpful. But, you know, claiming this to be helpful, or thinking, this is very helpful, that thought, so to say, is just falling down. There's
Just
no one doing there's no one doing the, you know, there's no one doing the thoughts. Well, now I'm going to think that is very helpful. No.
Yeah, I wanted to say it's just what's happening, very, very innocently, naturally, just like resonating with this or this, with a teaching or this message. There is no you. I mean, I know a lot of guys who really don't, they're really not like, uh, like resonating with this at all. I mean, and this is just, it's the same as is going to play tennis or sitting here and talking or whatever. Everything is it already. Boom. Yeah, very simple.
Yeah, like, so there's just whatever ever is happening, or seems to be happening, or is believed to be happening, or is thought to be happening, or thinking there's a me, thinking there's no me, saying there's a me, saying there's a me, saying there's no me, saying it's just this. It's all just this already. And there may be a liking of these words. That's it. It doesn't mean anything, basically. It doesn't change anything. It's still just this. Saying it's just this is not different than saying there's a God in the sky. And there may be a liking of the suggesting that there's a God somewhere, as much as there maybe is a liking, well, it's just this.
And you don't find God, but you can be attracted to the idea of God.
Well, you know, probably many people maybe find God in, you know, I don't know, they call the tree, you know, for example, in India, they have about 1 million of gods, you know. They have a god dog and a god elephant and a cow who's a god, you know, they point, you know, they hang flowers around their neck. That's walking gods there, so to say. So it just plays freely. Whatever is happening, this so-called life or whatever you want to call it, is just playing on its own. It's
And
free to
worshiping
be.
the gods,
Sorry?
and worship the gods, believing that it will help you, help your life, help to survive. It's
Beautiful.
also that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, beautiful, you know, having this devotion for Shiva or God or whoever, you know, and doing all types of puja, like doing for a guru, is just beautiful. It's just what's happening. There's nothing wrong. It's just innocently, you know, a body doing puja, so to say, or worshipping a god, either an idol or, you know, an image or a cow or whatever. There's nothing wrong. I mean, but even thinking that it's wrong is already this, you know, thinking, it's totally bullshit. This bowing down for a god is total bullshit. That's just innocently this already, not resonating whatsoever with thinking there's a god and claiming it to be bullshit is already just this.
Here popped
Next.
up. Ah,
Oh, I popped up.
yeah,
I?
with you,
Me, perfect.
Hans. Hey, Hans.
Hey, who are
With-
you? Who? Very simple. You. What's your name? Rose.
Rosa,
Ah, Rosa. Okay. Do you speak English or German right now?
English.
Okay, so I try my best. So hi.
Hey.
It took a while. I took a while until I found in, but now I'm in. So.
Yeah. Here popped up the idea while listening to what Hadar and Zander were saying.
Yeah. Okay.
This freedom. This freedom.
Okay.
And,
no problem.
And,
This freedom. Okay. There's no other freedom. Good.
Exactly. This inescapability of freedom.
So
And,
how we don't need to. You don't need to take care about it if it's anyway not escapable. Or it's only this. Is it not the title? This?
Oh, the title, yes, the title is.
Oh, hi. How are you? Hey, are you? My name is Hans. I'm Hans.
Welcome, Hans.
Hi, welcome. What is your name?
My name is Sander.
You are Sander. Okay. I just popped in just like this out of nothing because I got just a connection through Rosa today. And then I was on the way and then try to find in. So I'm into. So you when you I don't know what you are onto right now, where you are, what you are saying or not saying. I'm listening then. First. We are just,
Hans, you're
Yeah.
killing me. You're killing me. Of course you don't know. I
There's
mean, you
no-
just
no,
moved
there's-
in and started to blubber, blah,
Ooh.
blah, 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 without knowing anything. What a beauty.
who's there to kill?
Who's there to what? Killing me. Well,
Yeah, who is there to kill?
this is just voicing. You're killing me.
Okay, also fine. Yeah, okay. So just Thunder, just continue if you like. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to interfere.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. I
we,
mean,
we three are, or there are more people?
oh, there are more people. There are actually a couple more than 3. Yes.
Okay, so okay, I just have only one picture. The one is speaking right now.
Then put on the gallery mode, sweetheart.
Oh no, said on my iPhone. That's wait a minute.
Well,
I would love to do
you can figure it out, Hans. So
yeah, and you continue.
we continue. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm fine. I'm
Okay. So so Hadar, yeah, I mean, it's just feeling like a me or not is just innocently happening, so to say. This feeling of I'm here
oh yeah,
or I'm
okay.
not here is just simply this already,
Yeah.
as it's trying to get away from this so-called feeling of a me and thinking it's wrong. It should be different, I should not feel like a me. I should feel like I'm not here. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to say, Hadar?
No, I think it just what's coming up that somehow the feeling that things are wrong, they are felt more as identity. When things feeling like on the negative side or on the missing side, this feels like identity. Like this is, like this is me. And when it feels good and it feels easy, so like there's nobody there in a way. This is the way this duality perceived. But what is seen that this thing that called me as a negativity, as longing for something, as missing something, it's the same as the easiness of being just with what is. It's the same thing. So
Yeah, it's all just simply whatever the
this
directness of whatever. Yeah, what's happening, and longing for an ice cream or longing for enlightenment. It's just what's happening. Longing for your favorite dish or longing for this to be something else. This to feel right. I want this to, the longing for this to feel good. It's just this already. As is
it's
the
somehow,
claiming that this is not good.
yep.
But
And
somehow,
somehow in the longing, it feels there's more weight there. There is more, somebody is doing something, like an action towards something. So this is like there is a feeling of I'm existing because I'm going to look for something, I'm longing for something. There is like this feeling, strong feeling of existence here, because there is like a feeling of a movement.
yes, but that's then just what's happening. So thinking or feeling, well, this feels more heavy than, the longing for the absence of me feels more heavy than the longing for an ice cream. It's already just this. So this sense of meanness in the longing for an end of suffering, that it feels more heavy than the meanness in the longing for an ice cream, is already just this. I mean, some seem to say that the me is suffering. Suffering is just simply suffering, suffering, having pain, having worries, longing. It has already nothing to do with a you as a separated doer or owner of whatever is happening. What a quietness.
Now here my mind is working. It's not quiet here, but I try to formulate it in a way. So there is the idea that that there is a recognition of this being aware of what is happening. And then there is another recognition that this one who is aware of what is happening and is always having a problem with what is happening can drop. And
Yeah, but there's already no one having a problem with this. There's just having a problem.
exactly. And the first recognition, which I said, is okay. I wanted to express it, but I cannot. It's too okay.
I mean, having a problem with not finding a job, or
I have
having
it.
a
Okay.
problem with,
So no matter how, which case, like with this or without this, being aware of this and not being aware of this, and then like running after the carrot on and on in order the meat to drop. It's the same as not having this carrot. You have another one. There is, oh fuck, I did it wrong. That's why I'm suffering now. And then, oh my gosh, I'm suffering because there is a me. So the same thing. And what a beauty. What an ordinariness. There is full-on suffering, no matter how you slice it, how you skip it, what you do.
or not.
Or not.
I mean,
And it
suffering, you know, may just simply stop.
and it can be seen like if there is an activity, it means like there is somebody there. We don't have to have somebody to have an activity.
No.
This is why it's tricky. It's kind of tricky because there is like thinking that if there is activity, wanting, needing, feeling bad, have to be somebody there behind.
Yes, exactly.
An
Well, that
actor, somebody.
it sounds logical, right? You know,
Yeah.
how can there be guilt when there's no me? You know, so there's only guilt because there's a me, and when this so-called me is dropping, then probably the guilt will also drop. But whatever's happening doesn't need a you already, you know. You know, feeling guilty is just innocently happening. So I feel guilty, or I feel, you know, I think I'm guilty, or whatever. It's just already innocently tumbling down.
So Zander, you're saying when the meat drops, the guilt will probably also drop.
No, no.
I heard it like this. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, no.
Where everything can
Whatever is happening,
still happen.
guilt or not, has already nothing to do with the you.
Yeah, exactly.
Already. I mean, there's even thinking that it has to do with you has already nothing to do with you. As a separated something in this body, human system, or whatever you want to call it. There's just a body-mind functioning, so to say. And there's no one inside here doing all types of things, mental activities. There's just mental activities, so to say, and physical activities being performed, going to work, listening. You know, there's no one here in the ear, like a mini Sander, like sitting behind the ear and doing the listening, or behind the eyes. At the same time, there may be, you know, sense, well, I feel that I'm in the head watching out, but there's no one doing that, you know, that's just what's happening. The idea that I'm in a body here, that I'm located in this chest or in the head, is just what's happening. Claiming that to be you there is already just this.
Was it not the me though that gave that guilt energy to continue on, to keep going, to remain in that loop? You know, I mean, I could see it remaining even after the me drops for a while, but wouldn't it dissipate? Wouldn't that energy dissipate?
Well, it's funny when the me drops. I mean, there's no me to drop.
May I say something?
I mean, there may be a sense of me, but there's already nothing to drop there, so to say. There's already no There's nothing separated which can drop. So this sense of a me, this so-called sense of a me, is already just simply innocently, you know, it doesn't belong. There's no one who this sense of me belongs to, or who this sense of me is done by as a separated doer of the so-called idea that there's a me or not.
This here is a way not addressing you, whatever this means. The understanding of the sentence, there is no you already, is or the not understanding is just this.
I mean, feeling like a me or not feeling like a me, there's no difference. One is not better than the other, or worse.
What about having this energetic understanding that they're resonating with this message? Yeah, I like it, what he is saying. There's already no one here running the show. I love it. This is kind of felt, sensed, known.
Now, there's no separate me, but there's still energy moving, it seems, right?
Yeah,
Whatever
you
this means.
that, yes. I mean, exactly whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. It just I'm trying to grasp this conceptually. Again, I think that's a common habit here.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. The
Yeah.
habit to try to get it. This is it. Boom. That's it.
Trying
Full
to get
on.
it.
Nothing wrong with this. Nothing right with this.
Well, it's beautiful, you know, because there seems to be an idea that there are certain characters, you know, who know this. Either it's Tony or Tim or Jim or
Xander.
Uru or whoever, Michael, Sander, Rosa, Hadar, whoever, you know, and they have found something, and god damn, you know, I want to have that also in a way. That idea that there's something has happened for somebody is already innocently this. I can say 1,000 times, well, there's nothing to get, and then yeah, I want to feel that there's nothing to get, or I want to get that there's nothing to get also. I mean, so there seems to be an idea that something needs to happen. Either guilt has to stop or me has to fall away. Only then it will be all right.
It's so funny how it just keeps popping up, just continually wants to know more.
Yeah.
Even though it's so obvious, it's
Yeah.
still a right.
Yeah, Chris, innocence
But
at play. This can stop. Tomorrow this can stop. For no reason.
yeah,
But this need is innocently as everything coming up. It's a need. It's just turning, but it's nothing. You know, it's on turning on nothing. It's full expression of a need. I need to know. I need. It's like a child, you know. I need this. I need that. But it's empty. It's really like a 3-year-old child wanting something that he doesn't even know what it's
yeah,
What it
yeah.
is.
what it is.
That's a good way to look at it. I think as a child.
It's innocence. Yeah, innocence at play.
Yeah,
It's even beautiful. I would say it's beautiful.
I think so too. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you know, wanting to get this, longing for this, not wanting to get this, it's all just innocently tumbling down. Needs, wants, likes, dislikes, cravings, sensations, sense perceptions, whatever. It's just the directness of whatever's happening, and there's no separated you behind it. doing it or not doing it.
And they don't need you to happen. And they never,
No.
there's no you, never been you to that will happen. They're all happening very naturally. You never did shame, you never did blame, you never wanted something.
No.
It's all that, whatever appears. This is the funny thing. You never been there, really, actually. Never been you.
That's just the body functioning naturally, doing activities, shouting sometimes, crying, happy, laughing, just functioning completely naturally on its own, so to say. It's not owned by anyone.
And this is even not needed to say that there is no you already,
No.
because this is just what is. Saying that there is no you already it's too much. It's, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just too much. It's
Think of it.
just what it is. It's just another beautiful idea. There is no you already.
Yeah. There's as much a you as there's no you.
Yeah.
There's as much a body as there's no body.
Mm.
There's as much this as there's no this. So Tony, I saw your hand. You were waving, so something was coming up there. Sorry, my friend. So go ahead and speak. You have to unmute yourself.
Oh yes, I'm thinking that anything are useless, as everybody says, are really useless and worthless because it's essential. Nothing matters. Because resonance is this, and not resonance is also this. It's like a new texture that illuminates something new. Being nothing new, it appears to be an understanding. What is an understanding? Like saying me, and at the same time, there's no, not me. Who knows? There's no me. No, there's not no me, and there's no me. That's
I cannot really hear Tony. Can you?
I was thinking if it's up to me, but the
No, I
connection
cannot
is
hear
very
him.
bad. It was
Tony, the connection is bad.
I didn't hear you.
Wow.
It was
the connection is bad.
Yeah, I wasn't able
I
to hear
all
it.
of you. I can hear you.
You are always like.
Well,
turn off your video.
That's right.
Turn your video off. Talk. That might help.
Sorry, Tony. I was really interested in what was coming up there. It's not coming through.
I wasn't able to get it. It was the whole time like fading away.
Sorry, my friend. Amor, you raised your hand.
Hello, everybody. What a goofy shit show. Everything's just full and complete, just how it is. No matter how it may show itself, Just there's already nobody doing anything, nobody teaching anything, learning anything. It's just apparent energy swirling together. Just full and complete, however it may show itself. Sometimes there appears to be this difficulty to even talk about this because there's nothing to even really talk about. And if there is something to talk about, well, that's just full and complete already. It's just beautiful, however it may show itself, you know? So that just arose in me, and I wanted to share that. So I'll pass the microphone.
Amor, stop, Amor. I have a question to this. What do you mean by energy swirling around?
Well, that statement's already full and complete. It's just whatever, you know, appeared to arise. You know, it's like because there's already not that. It's like saying that there's just this and not even. You know, if I said if this independent, special, separate me said that, which there is no independent, separate me, said that Jesus was God, well, that would be full and complete, just as it is. So that's just what arose, and that's what was apparently said. And that's sort of what it appears to be, just a bunch of energy swirling, nothing actually happening. You might call it love.
Yeah. I guess I would prefer unconditional stuff, like, yeah.
But not even.
Whatever.
And the more, why it's a shit show?
Well, that's just also what innocently arises. It's just a goofy shit show. Sometimes I just sit and laugh. But there's already nobody doing anything.
So it's just a show.
Shit show, energy swirling.
Whatever. No, you cannot know.
That.
Yeah.
It's all just innocent.
Yeah, beautiful. There's as much no one doing anything as somebody doing something. There's just I mean, we can say there's nothing happening, but I mean, when somebody kicks you in the balls, I wonder if you're going to say that nothing is happening, or no.
Sweetheart, you have to take an example which is also relevant for females, okay?
Well,
so
I mean,
we also want to follow you.
Well, he meant and the vagina. That's what he meant.
Oh, but it's just, you know, hitting the finger with a hammer
Oh,
and
fuck.
saying nothing is happening. I mean, so here, there's not like, well, nothing is happening. No, that's just simply not. There are many things happening, so to say. And the use of apparently is also not used. And before it was used. It's just talking, you know, talking and walking and working and whatever.
Agreeing and disagreeing. It's just
agreeing
all
and disagreeing. Yes.
It's just all innocently appearing to flow.
So, you know, I call it always flipping the coin, so to say. So there seems to be an idea, well, it's all a dream. So we go from this is reality, we go and we flip the coin to it's all a dream. Okay, well, great. And then from there's a me to, there's no me, you know, just another flipping of the coin, so to say. It just becomes a new way of so-called seeing things, you know, from things happening. Oh, there's totally nothing happening. It's just another flip of the coin. It becomes just another so-called knowing. I mean, who knows that there's something happening or not? I mean, at the same time, you know, this is as real as it can get.
Beautiful.
Sitting and talking is as real as it gets. And whatever, you know, it doesn't matter if you call this real or not. It's still just talking. So at one point, you know, these so-called non-dual phrases, they don't lead to anywhere, you know. They're
So can I
nice.
ask?
No, that's nice. You know, these phrases, so there's nothing happening, is nice, you know. But visiting your friend, you know, who has just crashed his company, you know, who's almost on the brink of killing himself because his company went so bad that he has to, I know, there's nothing left anymore, no money. And there's no one saying that, well, my friend, nothing is happening, you're not here. No, that's just a load of bullshit. There's just
Yeah.
helping, you know, there's just full on helping and taking care. Even if there's no separated me or you, helping is just too, you know, there's not saying, well, don't, it doesn't matter, you know, it's all apparently happening, you know, you don't really have a company who's getting bankrupt. No.
But even if this is been said, well, there is nothing happening, my friend.
It's
There
a
is
two,
no
of
you
course,
already. This
yeah,
is it
oh
too
yeah,
already, of course. Nowhere to,
oh yeah,
no escape,
totally.
no escape. And not
There's
Right,
no
having
well,
a friend anymore.
right. So Sander, what's the this question is just innocently arising, right? So what's the objective of these Zoom meetings? Like, what's are they just innocently? It's just innocently happening. Apparently, it's just, you know, there's nothing to it. There's nothing, and that's sort of like words. These words that are happening just as innocently as, you know, the meetings happening. There's nothing to them. There's nothing to learn from them. And then you could, you know, flip the coin, like you said, and say, well, there's everything to learn from them. And
oh
it
yeah,
sort of
totally.
leads you into this silence, but there's nobody doing anything. The goofy shit show.
So these meetings here, there's just an interest to chat, you know, and to hear Amor and Hadar and Michael and Rosa and Tony and Garrett and Chris and Don, who I missed last week. You know, just what's happening. There's just a love to interact, to talk, but there's no one separated doing that love, doing the interest to chat with people, you know, on a Tuesday night instead of watching Netflix. This is just simply what's happening. Enjoying to hear, you know, people talk and share stories. Garrett about, you know, his stroke, and you know, he's always very, you know, he's not saying much, but Garrett, but you know, when he talks, there's just an enjoyment here, you know. I always love to listen to Garrett and to Michael, and I like to hear what Amor is having to say. But there's no one separated having those likes, you know. Just what's happening. There's an interest for Zoom meetings, and you know, it's not about getting or not getting something. There may be an idea. Well, you know, I got something. I learned something about having a stroke, or I learned something about whatever, you know, whatever's coming up. Maybe Don will share something, and then, you know, there's a so-called knowing or something which is learned. But there's not, that knowledge is not for anyone. That so-called knowing or learning is not for a separate one. It's just what's happening.
And this may stop.
Just talking. Garrett, I was, you know, you're here, so please, maybe, I know there's not many words, but I just wondering if there's something coming up there. You always have, you know, I enjoy so much when you're saying something. So please share if you want.
Not much coming up. Usually when I wake up in the morning, I put on the little computer thing. What do you call it? The little gadget, and see which comes up. You know, non-duality or football. And just lately, the non-duality has taken the second place. I think.
Yeah.
And whatever I try, I'm not going back on the on duality. It seems to be the football or politics.
Yeah.
The finger will just not go to the button to press
Beautiful.
the. And I thought I must. If I don't keep up, I'm going to forget it all. And,
Ah, your cat.
yeah, oops,
Oi.
he's a bit nasty. But yeah, sometimes I'm not listening to what I should be listening to on the on the talks. I'm thinking about my wife's dinner. She's come back from work about 8:10, and I'll have to press the button on the microwave for 2 minutes. So I can manage that. But yes, I was listening a little bit to the young man or young lady, and again, the speaker said that the persons in me, the persons together live are much more. What's the word? Than a Zoom. Being in the room together is much more effective than just the Zoom.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yes, yes.
And I thought maybe I am missing something, but I think we covered this last week.
Yeah, beautiful. I maybe so last week we were talking about the difference between going to a live meeting, you know, where you
Yeah,
can hug people, or going to a Zoom. And yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and of course there can be there can be an innocent idea. Well, you know, when I really are in the room with this speaker, yeah, you know, maybe it will rub off a little bit, and then, you know, that's the real thing. You know, when I'm there close enough, then maybe the so-called shine will affect me a bit, maybe, and then I will get it better. Because yeah, you know, Zoom, it's not the
yes.
real deal, of course.
And some speakers also can do. Myself, I'm a bit limited with computers, and all I can do is Zoom and YouTube a little bit. But I notice some of the speakers can do TikTok and what do you call it? Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, I can't work out how to.
Xander, come on, you have to TikTok and to Instagram.
So
Well, there's not so much interest for TikTok, so to say, but
I haven't got a clue how to work those things on the computer, but again, the speakers have been saying about visiting Tony Parsons, and there's something really happening there. And sometimes I think I'll jack it in, you know. It's I don't know what to say. Maybe as if you get too old, there's no point starting again doing these attending these meetings and things. If I can't get it when I'm almost 66, if I haven't got it yet, I'm not going to get it. I think.
yeah, beautiful.
Perfection in action.
Yeah, you know, the finger moving and choosing, you know, football and not, you know, it's just this, you know, there's no difference between liking Netflix or, you know, liking to watch non-duality Zoom meetings or films or whatever. And this can swiftly change, you know, from one day to another. What? In 5 minutes, maybe you're totally fed up with it and you think, never again, this non-dual crap. It will only be football, and then it will continue. Maybe it will be football for some time, you know, and then suddenly, I'm so bored with football. Something else, maybe back to non-duality. Maybe let's see what's happening there. You know, it's innocently this, the finger moving. There's no one moving this finger. It's just what's happening. The body moving, choices, liking ice cream, chocolate over vanilla or not. It's just already just this, being attracted to something or not. It's already just simply what's happening. As is the idea that there's a you doing it. That's also already innocently this. It's okay. So Don, I wanted to ask you something, but now your face is gone. There, Don. You want to shout something there? Or not?
I don't. I mean, it doesn't make, you know, it's interesting question because there's nothing to share except what I guess is going to come out of my mouth. So, you know, I'm here to get enlightened. not to get what you got or Michael has or any of you. I'm here to get enlightened. I'm here to I'm here to find Jesus. And that's like, that's good.
Well, you found him. You found him.
Well, not here. Or maybe. Okay. Maybe this is Jesus.
There's just Jesus, Don. There's just Jesus.
I like that. I can get behind that. There's just Jesus. I like that. Okay, so I came to this meeting to get that there is just Jesus. I don't know if I would have gotten that if I was watching Netflix. Maybe.
No,
maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows?
Maybe there was a documentary about Jesus on Netflix. Maybe you found him there, you know.
Maybe he's not to be found. Yeah. Maybe he's not to be found. Yeah, like I said, maybe this is like, it's all this, as we say, but I'm getting here. This is Jesus. This is Jesus here and now, speaking, listening, seeing, contemplating, thinking. No separate Jesus.
Well, yeah, you know, saying there's only God and this is God, you know, expressing as a dawn or whatever. It's just this already.
Yeah, or not even expressing as a dawn. Jesus,
Hold on.
not even like Rosa says, I guess, it's like Jesus, or there, not expressing. It's more full on. I think I've been hearing Rosa say that all morning, and I think I just got maybe what she's referring to. That it's this now, Jesus now. No, like no expression, just or nothing, because this is all just coming out. So, yeah.
Don, this is even more funny. It's really every movement over there, lips moving, sounds, bubblegum, Jesus, now, really everything.
Yeah. Right.
Funny. Right. It's funny, honey.
Right. It's like a cavity in your teeth. That too.
No escape.
Right.
I had a bit of advice for Don. Apart from Jesus, maybe you could have a try at the Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
takes a few years to get through it, but I did have the book once, and I think it is about 950 miles, 950 pages. I did the first 12 pages, and I sold the book. It was, I thought that was the answer, of course, in miracles, but
Yeah, beautiful.
Garrett, yes, this was the answer. This
Was
was
it?
the answer. It's always what is. It's the Course in Miracles. It's sitting here talking. It is what it is. Of course, it's the answer.
Yeah.
No escape. Going to church. That's it.
Looking for Jesus, thinking you have found it, thinking it's in a book. You know, it's all just simply this, you know, being attracted to the Course of Miracles or to Nisargadatta or Ramana or Sadhguru or Eckhart Tolle. It's just innocently, you know, this attraction to so-called characters is just innocently playing out, you know, the interest to read or to buy the Course of Miracles, you know, and then trying to plow your way through the 900 so ever what pages and halfway thinking, well, it's too much work. Is this already? Just what's, you know, the attraction towards something or away from something, so to say, is just what's happening. Football or non-duality. Waking up, finger moving to football, not to non-duality. Trying the course. Michael, my friend, I didn't hear you. I want to hear how it is with Michael. Tell me.
Well, there's not a whole lot coming up here.
No.
You know, I heard some talk about me falling away. I heard some talk about maybe somebody else has something I don't. You know, that's sort of what seeking is, right? There's something to get. So what is there to get?
Cheap bargains at the local store.
But Michael, this funny. There is already no one who knows where he wants to get. There is only getting, wanting to get, wanting to get, wanting to get.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
cool.
Well, it's cool until it's not, you know? Chasing your tail can be cool. Hitting the head against the wall, as Sander and I say, that can be cool for a while, you know? Thinking somebody has something, I gotta get it. Another video, another book.
More meetings. I mean, non-duality can be just the new thing, you know, moving. You know, I've done spirituality, you know, this is child play, you know, I come to the real stuff, the radical stuff. This will probably do the trick. That's it too, you know. And I mean, it's not wrong. It's just what's happening. Thinking innocently that, you know, this is the next phase, you know, where spirituality, you know, that's for beginners. I've done all that, you know, I've done puja, yoga, standing on my head, lotus, whatever, eating, not eating, all these types of practices I did. You know, now I come to the guys who are saying you don't need to do anything. It's already this. That sounds so good, you know. I think they are right. This is it. And I mean, that's just totally what's happening. Nothing wrong. I mean, and even this, you know, this so-called moving from spirituality to non-duality, it may just simply drop. Maybe next week, in a month, in half a year, oh my God, why did I spend so many hours going to Zooms? Shit, you know? All those for nothing, you know? I could have spent my time doing football or, you know, watching Netflix or going out with my wife, you know, playing with my kids. I've spent so many hours listening to those guys. What a waste of time. I mean, that may happen. Who knows?
I'll say good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Garrett.
Night,
Beautiful.
Gareth.
Bye,
Yeah.
Garrett. Good night.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for sharing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That happens to me all the time. It's like, had enough of these Zoom meetings, and I'll get like mad and pissed off. It's like, what a waste. And then my mind will start going, this is brainwashing. This isn't this is like actually negative. This is like evil stuff. This is like messing with people's heads. And then I say, I'm not going back to any of those meetings again. I wipe it off my screen and, you know, throw away the addresses and then do something else, watch Netflix or just go do something else. Then go, that made some sense. That last thing that person said on the meeting, that makes sense. I think I'll go back again. And that's the way my relationship is with this, as is my relationship with meditation and all spiritual practices.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I'm starting to see that, like you're saying, that's okay. You can love it one day and hate it the next.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a path. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Done. Beautiful. Yes, you can hate it one day, love it the other day. You can hate it and love it at the same time, you know? Or going back and forth. Anyone wants to share something here for the, you know, as a whatever is coming up? Chris, my friend, you were here first time. You've been to some other meetings.
Yeah, I went to a couple. I mean, the retreats are nice to go and meet the speakers and meet other people who are going to listen. I made quite a few good close friends that I talk with consistently. That's kind of going through this apparent process, but yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. I think like the last one, especially when I went to meet Kenneth Madden, I got to spend some time with him and go on a hike with him. And I mean, he was just such a cool dude and just like a regular guy. Like, I mean, you know, I think I had kind of held a lot of these speakers in high regard and, you know, I put him on a pedestal and, but he was just like, he was drinking beer and cussing and I mean, just like your average regular guy. He was so cool, you know, and his really direct too. And it seems like the more speakers I listen to, the more direct the message is, the more it resonates with me. It seems the less, because there was a very analytical mind here that always really wanted to try and understand this and get it. And I think that's why this is kind of falling closer to a more simple, more direct message. Because there's less to try to analyze, I guess.
Yeah, and even that is another analyzing going on.
What's that?
Well, that's just another analyzing, which is innocently made.
Yeah, it's totally understandable.
You know, the saying there's analyzing going on here, and that's why maybe this and this and that. It's just another analyzing happening on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you are saying, well, there's analyzing going on, and that's why this, and this, and that, and that's just another analyzing.
Yeah, it's just what's happening here.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, it is understood to be that way.
It's okay, you know. That's just what's happening. Some seem to, you know, so some character seems to be more like analytical or try to analyze things. There's nothing wrong with it, you know, some are not. Oh, you know, some seem to overthink, you know, or some not.
Yeah, it's not Chris, it's already not, there's nobody in that body pushing a button
No.
that's analyzing. It's just innocently analyzing. It's not it's yours. Yeah.
Even being okay with it or being not okay with this so-called analyzing is already just innocently this, you know, playing it to be wrong or
not liking it.
Yeah.
Not liking it's perfectly natural. I don't like I keep overthinking.
Oh, wasn't that long ago. I was in Don's boat. Like I was expressing a lot of hate for this and a lot of disappointment because of all the expectations that I had and the misconceptions that were seen with this. That yeah, I'd really turned this into something and didn't realize it. And
yeah, beautiful.
And then,
yeah, this is a big failure. Like this will disappoint and that's the beauty, you know, here, that's what shines, is nothing's on offer. It's not attempting to make you feel better.
no, I felt like shit every time I left the retreat.
Yeah, and what I want to say, this so-called hate has already nothing to do with you. Hate, remorse, seeking, feeling terrible, feeling happy, it has already nothing to do with you. Hate doesn't need you. Irritation doesn't need you.
Chris, do you feel better when you hear this, that this has nothing to do with you?
It resonates. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know how to really describe it. I mean, it's kind of been seen already, but not really. But I don't know, like, and I think, I don't know. Can't really say it, but
Beautiful, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing more to it, Chris. I don't know. I like it. That's it.
I remember having the thought though of when I was speaking with Kenneth after the meeting. I told him, like, I really want to be mad at you, but I know that there's no one there to be mad at.
Yeah, and
I
at
really
the same time,
wait.
I mean, at the same time, it doesn't matter, you know, because this so-called madness or being mad doesn't care if there's someone or not. It doesn't bother, you know.
Yeah.
This anger itself doesn't care if there's someone, you know, towards who it's pointed. Anger doesn't see anyone already. Anger has no eyes, it has no needs, it's just full on what it is. It doesn't care if there's a Kenneth or a message. Anger is just anger.
Full on, Chris. What a beauty.
Anger
Exactly as it is.
Nothing wrong with anger. Anger is just natural, you know, being angry.
Yeah.
Everyone can relate being angry, you know. Maybe your boss didn't pay your money, you know, then there maybe is anger. Well, that's it.
I recently took up golfing again here, like just a couple weeks ago, and I've been out several times. And I used to get super angry when I was a kid when I played it, and that's when I quit because I just couldn't stand it playing and getting angry all the time. And it came up again for sure, the anger when I wasn't playing to my expectations. But it was nice to get out again and do something because I hadn't really been that active for years, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know, and those expectations, you know, now I'm going to play again. You know, the expectations, they just fall like raindrops. Innocent, you know, having certain expectations, how to behave or how to play a game, you know, and then not meeting those expectations, it's all innocent.
Mm.
Damn, why did I do it again, you know, that way.
Yeah, I was kind of seeing how innocent it was when I was younger, too, because I think there was a lot of judgment towards me, that younger Chris. He could never meet anyone else's expectations because of his anger, and he couldn't control it.
Yeah. You know, and trying to control that anger, you know, or to get rid of that anger, or to search for help for that anger, doing anger management course or whatever, is innocently this. Or the absence of that need, you know, to control it or to do something about it. Anything can happen. Waking up tomorrow thinking, well, shit, maybe I have to do something about that anger. It's just arising.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe even an acceptance, you know, accepting the so-called angers as innocently as wanting to do something about it or not.
Here it's a bit like full on booming. The characters full on booming Rosa, no matter what, very intensive and simple.
And there's already nobody there to accept or not accept the behavior.
Exactly.
So that's a surrender by no one.
Exactly. There's no one
Yeah,
in
you
the
could say
state of
that.
not, you know, there's no one in the state of not accepting able to move to a state of acceptance. There's just accepting or not.
Or full on resistance.
Yeah.
Full on.
And then again, trying to accept it is as innocently as the acceptance or the absence of acceptance. I really need to try to accept, you know, this may happen. This idea, this thought may just come up. Shit, I really need to be more accepting myself, you know, accepting my anger. It's already innocently this.
Yeah, asking, trying to say, as Sander said in his post on guilt, there might be saying, well, it's not my anger, you know, trying to wash it away. You know, well, it's not my, you can't do anything about the anger with the words. The story isn't going to touch the anger is the anger.
Everyone can relate to anger, Chris.
Mm.
Even when there's no separated me or you, anger is this too.
You know, when somebody an animal walks in front of a bear, and the bear feels like its territory is being invaded, attacking just innocently happens. The bear will stand up on its hind legs to make itself look bigger and go into full attack mode innocently.
Okay, my friends.
I'm finding it useful here in listening, knowing that listening is just happening here, that there's no me listening. There's no me. There's not me listening. There is listening. And when that's happening, everything is more allowed, more accepted, less resistance. It's just listening. And with that, as it's being here now, it's like whatever is said, there's just listening.
Mm.
And it's like, then what in the world, what negativity or horrible speaker could bug me, so to speak? Because there's just listening. And it seems like there's a freedom in that here. And I would think that seems like there'd be a freedom for the one speaking, or if there's a person identified with speaking, there would be a freedom for that also. It's beautiful here, the way it's being experienced here.
Yes, that is beautiful, Don. I love it. Boom.
Thanks for sharing, Don. Thanks everyone. Michael, Hadar, Rosa, Tony, my friend, sorry that it was bad connection. We always love to listen and to hear you. Beautiful to see you again. Chris, thanks for joining. Don, thanks. Patricia, we didn't see you tonight, but thanks. Amor also, he's already
Thank
gone.
you, Zander.
Garrett,
Thanks, Zander. Good
have a
night,
beautiful
everyone.
night, morning.
Good night.
Thank
Love
you,
ya.
Sander.